Generally what happens is people, some interviewers, the people know that facilitation is the primary goal of a scrum master, so that he can enable the team in order to deliver. Okay? So generally people ask, share the daily schedule, share your daily schedule as a scrum master. Okay, as scrum masters we know that yes, the day is quite busy, because you are communicating with the team, with the product owners. Okay, but in order to share, like, what is the what is a typical day of a scrum master, it gets a little difficult at times in order to answer that question.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm,
how, how I generally try to answer is, I try to say that first part of my day, I generally start early, so that I am a step ahead of my team. Okay, I start with the emails, the dashboards, reviewing the dashboards how the team is progressing. Plus, then we jump onto the Scrum events ceremonies. Then I have interactions with the product owner, and the last part is taking up items which where I'm contributing towards a larger transformation initiative within the organization. That's how I try to frame my question. Uh, this has been a fairly successful. But any other recommendations that you have, how we need to frame this
mm-hmm,
answer?
mm-hmm. So in your view, what might be the interviewer is trying to test or extract by asking this question?
So what I feel is, the interviewer might try to see how do we keep the Scrum Master 8 hours busy.
Okay.
That could be one perspective. Okay,
Uh-huh. What else?
there could be, there could be another perspective. They want to test the waters of the Scrum Master. Is
Mm-hmm.
he just an operational guy that he's just resolving the issues, or is he taking other initiatives as well, or is he a forward going person or not?
Mm-hmm.
That can be another perspective. Those
Perfect.
are the two things that I generally think. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe the first one will taken care if we take care of a second well. Is it like, when
Yes.
we, yeah. So in my understanding and my guess is more aligned with the second perspective which you are bringing in. See,
Mhm.
as a particular role or a particular title will have a different meaning for different organizations. And
Right.
when somebody tells, I'm working as a scrum master, I may get a 30-40% clarity of what this guy might be doing. But when I
Mhm.
understand his complete day, I might know what his title includes other than basic scrum things.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I think
Right.
the interviewer is trying to extract what you really do to perform, to facilitate your team to become an effective team. So how are you making them high performing? How are you helping them grow and deliver something which they are expected to do? Now, looking at that goal in mind, the second is the
Mhm.
type of activities you do as a scrum master. It also reflect the health of your team. So, for example,
Right.
if you end up saying, I end up reminding everybody to update the Jira board. So it tells
Mhm.
something about what is happening in your team. Yeah. If you
Correct.
tells, we
Okay.
have always some conflicts coming in, so I end up resolving the conflict. So whatever you
Mhm.
tell, it also tells what might be happening in your team.
Okay. Okay. Giving
So
examples.
yeah, no, even when you tell the person may
Mhm.
interpret that, okay, your team might be facing this challenge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
it
Understood.
also ultimately tell about your scrum master effectiveness. So when you say, I remind people to update Zira, so it tells something that, okay, looks like they are very basic. This team is still struggling with the fundamental issues like, okay, keeping everybody transparent. And this guy
Mhm.
is just working at a superficial level because they have not crossed the first boundary. They are still struggling
Right.
with just updating the
Mhm.
status. They have yet to figure out how do they collaborate and create a high performing team. Now,
Right.
in
Right.
your mind, you have
Absolutely.
given the answer, but it also
Mhm.
give what might be happening in that particular team. So my
Oh, okay.
advice is, yeah, are you like getting something, yeah, based on what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes. Yes. Certainly. Certainly. Yeah. 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 I'm trying to get another perspective now.
Yeah. So my advice is whatever answer you do, you look
Mhm.
into those activities and see when those activities falls under scrum master kitties, like when the team
Mhm.
is poorly performing or when the team is high performing. So you look at those activities and reflect on that angle. The second thing you also see that in a way related, what might be a team stage or team health or team attitude which makes a scrum master consuming or spending this much time in this thing. So for example, you say, I end up talking to the product owner and understanding what he needs. So it gives a sense that team might not be talking to the product owner. Scrum master is the intermediator in this particular team, where he's the one who goes and understand the requirement, and probably he's the one who explains this requirement to the development team. So it's very tricky. It's very tricky. And again, they also want to see what kind of scrum master they are looking for. Yeah. So maybe you need to craft the answer looking at something what you do. Maybe there could be some activities which are not taking that much time right now, but you may want to expand them further and see how possibly these things goes. So for example, you may have an activity that in general, every alternate day, I have a one-on-one schedule with one of the team member. We spend half an hour and talk about how things are going. Now, if you do that activity, if you talk about that, it shows something about the team. So you doing one-on-one, you are preparing for that one-on-one, you are looking at what happened in the previous one-on-one, what action has been agreed, what progress has been made, and then you are having conversation. So this whole thing, maybe you do half an hour one-on-one, but you do a preparation for half an hour one-on-one. And this may become a 1 hour activity, which might be happening on daily basis or alternate basis. So, but
one
that
individual
is
every day, maybe.
Yeah. So you may have say 10 members or 9 members in the team, and you may say, in general, once an iteration, everybody gets a chance to do. We have iteration level 101, so we know how we are moving towards the thing. Something like this. So it's a different quality of work. Now, the another quality of I think extreme could be that I just remind people that they have updated the task boards or not. If they have not updated it, I take the data and then I remind them, I send them the alerts that guys, you need to update it before our daily scrum. That's another extreme. And I am not saying it's a good or bad. Many scrum masters end up doing that. But maybe interviewer feels, okay, they are still struggling to update the Jira.
Okay. Understood.
Yeah. And then you can think
I got another perspective of what the interviewer might be thinking. He might be trying to assess the team as well, so that he could assess the Scrum Master better.
Yes, because the team health represent your like effectiveness. Because my effectiveness as a Scrum Master can only be judged by looking at the effectiveness of the team. May include things like if you are doing something you spoke about, like I remain involved in organization level thing. So if you bring that activity, for example, if you are working in a multi-team context, so you may have some set of things where you focus on what is happening in other teams. Preparing for Scrum or doing some preparation there. So that itself, if you talk about it, the interviewer gets, okay, this guy is working in a multi-team environment. So something like that. And if you talk about, we also have once in a month some community event, and we have a Scrum Master community of practice, and I have some duty towards that also. You talk about that, then also it shows that, okay, Scrum Master is doing something there as well.
Okay. I think this is one thing which I can include, because we have recently started. So we are inheriting some practices from Spotify as well. It's not like we are directly following the Spotify, but we have found chapters to be a good concept. So we are starting with chapters. So we have an iOS chapter, one Android chapter, one chapter for the Scrum Masters as well.
So just carefully craft something which can relate to your current work. There could be some of the activities you believe you might be doing, but you feel that sharing those activities may look risky. You may want to devalue them rather than giving them too much attention, and create a plan ready in your mind, which is aligning with your aspiring kind of a Scrum Master job you are looking for. Because it's not right and wrong. They are also judging, is this guy fit in what we are doing? So they may feel also reverse, or this guy is at a different level. We might not need him. So but it should match with your aspirational profile as well. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Saket.